I do want to get to Honduras. We've been covering this election very closely. President Trump endorsed the guy who's currently ahead right now, Tito Esfuera. How are you seeing the choice in Honduras right now away from communism and towards something that could give people hope?
Well, I think President Trump's leadership in actually engaging in Honduras and holding them to account has made a difference. If you look at what's happening in Honduras today, the communist left that's run that country for the last 4 years, their candidate is at 19%. So regardless of who the ultimate winner is, whether it's Salvador or whether it's Tito, either one of those candidates is infinitely better than their predecessor, and they're both pro-American and center-right choices. So the people of Honduras have spoken. Obviously, we hope they wrap up their elections. But the one thing that is very, very apparent is that the communist left in Honduras was fully defeated, and a lot of that is to the credit of President Trump and his engagement with the country.
Do you worry about any of Salvador Nasrallah's connections with the Soros Foundation and Open Society?
I don't. If you look at USAID, first of all, thanks to President Trump, USAID is no longer a factor. But if I've met him, I know him relatively well. He's exceptionally pragmatic, very, very, very pro-American. And so is Tito. Both of the candidates, I think they want to go out of their way to establish an excellent relationship with President Trump, with his administration, and with the United States of America. And compared to their predecessor the last 4 years, which, they tried to eliminate extradition, they tried to sequester or threaten to sequester and take over the Palmarola base, the relationship's going to get a lot stronger and a lot better with either one of those two candidates.
Well, you make a very important point about the Palmarola airfield. We've been covering that as well. Critical to America's utilization of power and diplomacy in Central America. I am worried about Nasrallah's connections to Open Society. I think they're very troubling, and I'm concerned that as this recount is going on, there's opportunities for mischief if Nasrallah were to run back to the Zelayas and make some deal with them. We've heard that there's been some communication between the Nasrallah camp and the Zelaya camp toward that end. Is that something you've heard or are concerned about?
I spoke to Salvador a couple of days ago. I was down in Honduras, and I met with both the candidates and had an opportunity to speak with them. Salvador, his number one objective is to remove the communists from Honduras, and it's the same objective that Tito has. So I would be surprised. Obviously, politics makes strange bedfellows, so I wouldn't be completely in shock. But I can't imagine any scenario in which either one of those two candidates runs towards a Zelaya and tries to cut a deal with the communists. I think they both recognize the last 4 years, the utter embarrassment that it's been for Honduras and the complete destruction of their society. It would be very, very hard pressed for me to believe that either one of them would want to continue that going forward.